The question here is, if 2 men and 5 women can do a piece of work in 4 days, while 1 man and 1 woman can finish it in 12 days, how long will it take for 1 man to do the work? Okay, I start by saying, let 1 man finish the work alone in X days, and 1 woman finish the work alone in Y days. Okay, so 1 man finishes the work alone in X days, 1 woman finishes the work alone in Y days. Therefore, what is the work done by 1 man? It is 1 by X. Therefore, work done by 2 men is 2 by X. Work done by 1 woman is 1 by Y. And because 2 men and 5 women are there, so 5 women, therefore work done by 5 women is 5 by Y. Therefore, work done by 2 men and 5 women is equal to 2 by X plus 5 by Y. Now, if you see here, according to the question, 2 men and 5 women can do a piece of work in 4 days. So therefore, according to the problem, 2 men and 5 women can, what is the work done by 2 men and 5 women? 1 by 4, because they are finishing the work in 4 days. So 2 by X plus 5 by Y must be equal to 1 by 4. Okay. This is your equation number 1. If you see the next condition, it says 1 man and 1 woman can finish the work in 12 days. Also, then according to the problem, let me write one work done by 1 man and 1 woman. Work done by 1 man and 1 woman is equal to 1 by X plus 1 by Y. So according to a problem here, what is given? 1 man and 1 woman can finish it in 12 days. Therefore, 1 by X plus 1 by Y must be equal to 1 by 12. Okay. These two are your given equations. We only need to find out how long will it take for 1 man to do the work. 1 man to do the work means how many days will it take 1 man alone to finish the work? That means we have to find out only X here. Y is not required. Okay. So what you do here is you can solve and find out X and Y both, but actually we need X here. Okay, according to a question. So I say let A is equal to 1 by X, B is equal to 1 by Y. From 1, you get 2A plus 5B is equal to 1 by 4. Call this equation number 3. From 2, you get A plus B is equal to 1 by 12. Call this equation number 4. Now we need to solve 3 and 4. And if you see that I have taken A is equal to 1
Excuse
by,
me, sir.
tell me.
Sir, in Shetty question, choose the correct option. Sir, we have to get only small questions or big questions like one page we have to do practically.
I'll come to that later. Let me finish this problem. Okay. Now A
Okay.
is equal to 1 by X we have taken, and we have to find X. Therefore, if we can find A, we can find out X, right? So from 3 and 4, let us solve for A. Now, how do we solve for A? If you need to solve for A, then we need to eliminate B, right? Now, if you see the coefficient of B here is 5 and the coefficient of B here is 1. So you multiply this by 5 and you multiply this by 1 to make the coefficient same. So what do you get? 2A plus 5b is equal to 1/4. And here you get 5a plus 5b is equal to 5 by 12. Now you subtract, because the 5 plus 5 and plus 5 are there, you subtract the two equations in order to remove 5, in order to remove b. So this gets cancelled. So you get 2a minus 5a is equal to minus 3a. And here you get 1/4 minus 5 by 12. Right? So therefore, now if you take the LCM, you get 3 minus 5. So you get here minus 3a is equal to minus 2 by 12. So this gets cancelled here. So you get minus 3a is equal to minus 1 by 6. Now you cross multiply. You will get minus 18a is equal to minus 1. That means you get a is equal to minus 1 by minus 18. That means you get a is equal to this minus and this minus gets cancelled. You get 1 by 18. Now a is what? A is equal to 1 by x we had taken, is equal to 1 by 18. So now again you cross multiply, you get x is equal to 18 days. Therefore, one man can finish the work in how many days? 18 days. And that was the required solution. Maybe yesterday I made some small mistake somewhere. I could not get 18. Okay, but I told you what the structure of how this can be framed as an MCQ. Okay. Okay. A boat takes 2 hours to go 40 kilometer downstream. Any idea what downstream is? Last year I told you what downstream is. No idea? Downstream means along with the flow. Water is flowing in a river. So when you are going with the flow, it is called downstream. Okay, that means the tide is actually helping you move forward. Okay, that is called downstream. Clear with the meaning of downstream?
Yes, sir.
And now it returns in 4 hours. Returns in 4 hours means the actual word is upstream. Okay, upstream actually means, in the problem they have not mentioned this word upstream, but upstream means you are moving forward but against the flow. Okay, so when you are moving against the flow, what happens? That the tide is actually resisting your forward motion. Okay, so your speed is a little slower than downstream, because there the tide is helping you, here the tide is against you. So the word here is upstream. Okay, so the boat takes 2 hours for to go downstream. Obviously you'll take less time to go downstream because the tide is helping you, and it returns in 4 hours. That means upstream it is taking 4 hours instead of 2 hours. It is taking 4 hours to travel the same distance, which is 40 kilometer. Find the speed of the boat in still water and the speed of the stream. Now, what do you mean by still water? Suppose there was no tide. Okay, then the water would have been still. That means you have to find the speed of the boat. What if the water was still? And also the speed of the stream, and also the speed of the tide. Okay, you have to find them separately. So if I say let the speed of the boat in still water be x, and the speed of the stream. Speed of the stream means speed with which the water is flowing. Be y, right? So therefore, what should be the speed upstream? Speed, let's say downstream first. What is the speed of the boat downstream? Because the boat is moving forward with a speed of y kilometer per hour. Let's say kilometer per hour. And the speed of the stream the boat is traveling in still water at a speed of x kilometer per hour, and the speed of the stream is y. So since it is downstream, the tide is actually helping the boat. So therefore, the speed of the stream will add to the speed of the boat, right? X plus y kilometer per hour should be the speed of the boat downstream, right? Now, according to a question, what is the speed of the boat downstream? Equal to distance by time. What is the distance it is covering? It is covering a distance of 40 kilometer. And how much time it is covering? 2. That means 20 kilometer per hour. So according to a problem, these two must be equal. So that gives you your first equation. Okay. Next, speed of the boat upstream. Although the word upstream is not given, I'm using the word upstream. What is the speed of the boat upstream? Can anyone tell me what should be the speed of the boat upstream? Whether it should be x minus y or y minus x, because the tide is against
X minus y.
uh, x
Y
minus y.
minus x.
Yes,
Y minus x.
y minus x. Why should it be y minus x? You are saying let me write it.
It
Y
will be
minus
x
x.
minus y.
You are saying y minus x, right? Now, if it is y minus x, then the speed of the stream, that means, is greater than the speed of the boat. That means the boat will not be able to move forward, isn't it? The speed of the boat has to be greater than the speed of the stream in order to move forward. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
That means you have to take x minus y. Y minus x will be negative in order to move forward. So x minus y must be the speed, right? So that the boat can move forward. So also, according to a problem, what is the speed of the boat upstream? Again is equal to distance by time. What is the distance here? Same distance it is covering, 40 kilometer. And how much time is it taking upstream? It is taking 4 hours. So this is equal to 10 kilometer per hour. So therefore, according to a problem, x minus y must be equal to 10. This is your second equation.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, could you please explain again the speed of the boat upstream?
Stream. Okay. Now see, this is your river. Okay. The river is flowing in this manner. Okay. And you have a small boat here. It is going against the flow. Okay. This boat is going against the flow. This is moving at a speed of x kilometer per hour. And this is moving at the rate of the speed of the stream here is y kilometer per hour. Now, in order for the boat to move ahead, the x should be more than y, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Speed of the boat should be more than the speed of the stream. Only then it can move forward. Otherwise, it cannot move forward, right? It will be pushed back, isn't it?
Yes,
So
sir.
therefore, that is
Yes.
why I have taken x minus y. Understood?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So now we need to solve these two equations. X plus y is equal to 20 and x minus y is equal to 10. How do you solve? Add and subtract. First add. You get 2x is equal to 30. (15 kilometer per hour). And now you subtract. Okay. So what is the speed of the boat in still water? 15 kilometer per hour. What is the speed of the stream? 5 kilometer per hour. Clear with this? Or any question you have? No question? I can move ahead then. Look at number 34. 31, sorry, not 34. 31. An aeroplane flies 1,680 kilometer with a headwind in 3.5 hours. Now, what do you mean by headwind? Headwind means
The wind in the direction of head.
against the wind. Why? Even if you don't know against the wind, just apply a little bit of common sense. Headwind 3.5 hours. On return trip, the same wind blowing, the plane takes 3 hours. That means which one is lesser time? 3 hours is a lesser time, right? 3.5 hours is a greater time. That means obviously headwind means against the wind because it is taking more time. Clear? Is this clear? Is logic clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So headwind actually means against the wind. Now the question here is find the plane's airspeed and the wind speed. Plane's airspeed means suppose there was no wind, then what would have been the speed of the plane? And wind speed means the speed at which the wind is blowing. So I say let the plane's airspeed be. Plane's airspeed actually means if you compare it to the last problem, it means the speed of the boat in still water. That is what plane's airspeed means. Okay. And wind speed means speed of the stream if you compare it with the last problem. So I say let the plane's airspeed be x and x kilometer per hour, let's say, and wind speed be y kilometer per hour. Okay. Now speed of the plane headwind, that means against the wind. What should be the speed of the plane headwind? X minus y or y minus x?
Sir, x minus y.
X minus y. Obviously, because speed of the plane has to be greater than the speed of the wind in order for it to move forward. Right? Also, speed of the plane headwind is equal to distance by time. Distance here is 1,680 and time here is 3.5. Right? So you can cancel this a little to make your job a little easier. You can cancel this with 7, cancel this with 3, and then 3, and then 6 and 0. And this you can, I think you can cancel 7, 4 and 7, 8, 480. You're getting. So according to a problem, you're getting x minus y is equal to 480. We call this equation number 1. Okay. Speed of the plane with the direction of the wind. So now the wind is helping the plane, right? So it should be x plus y kilometer per hour. Also, speed of the plane with the wind, with the direction of the wind. Is equal to distance by time.
Okay, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, can you please repeat this line?
Which one? Which one?
Also the
I can't hear you. Just repeat your question.
speed of the plane.
With the direction of the wind. Is that what your question is?
Sir, the speed of the headwinds are x minus y.
Okay, the same thing. The wind is blowing in this direction with a speed of y kilometer per hour, but the plane is moving in this direction with a speed of x kilometer per hour. Which one should be greater? If the plane is to move forward, this one should be greater, right? X should be greater than y, isn't it? Yes.
Yes, sir.
That means we have to take the difference x minus y, isn't it? For the plane to move forward, because x minus y will be positive. Otherwise, the plane will be pushed back, isn't it? You understood? Okay. So this is, now you can cancel this with 3 also, I think. 560. So according to the problem, you have x plus y is equal to 560. This is your equation number 2. Now you can solve these two equations by adding and subtracting. X plus y is equal to 560. X minus y is equal to 480. First add, you get 2x is equal to, okay, so you get x is equal to 1040 divided by 2, which is 520 kilometer per hour. This is the speed of the plane in, this is the speed of the plane in uh, i- plane's airspeed. That is, if how what if the plane was moving forward, if the wind had no speed, or if there's no wind. Okay, so 520 kilometer per hour is the speed of the plane. And now you subtract the two equations. This cancels. So you get 2y is equal to 560 minus 480, I think will be 80. Y is 80 divided by 2. Y is equal to 40 kilometer per hour. So what is the speed of the wind here? It is 40 kilometer per hour. Clear with this, or any question you have? Any question, anyone? No question?
No, sir.
Then I can finish the last problem then of this exercise. And so that next day I can start with the next part, mensuration. Mensuration, briefly I had discussed with you, if you remember. Just go through that video. And we can start with with the problems directly, uh, with a little bit of recap. Look at this. A part of monthly hostel charges is fixed, and the remaining depends on the number of days one has taken food in the mess. You know what is a mess, all of you? Mess is a canteen inside a hostel, okay, where you eat your you take your meals. When Bhavna takes food for 20 days, she has to pay 2600 as hostel charges. Whereas when Divya takes food for 26 days, she pays 3020 as hostel charges. Find the fixed charges and the cost of food per day. Now see, there are two kinds of costs here. First cost is fixed. Whether you're having food or not does not matter. You will definitely have to pay that minimum amount. Okay. Now what if you uh, you are staying there in the hostel and as well as having food? Okay, then you will have to pay extra. That will depend how many meals you have taken. Okay, so one is fixed and the other is variable. So I start by saying that fixed charges let the fixed hostel charges be x, and the cost of food per day, because this cost will vary according to the food that you take. You take food for 10 days, it will be lesser. It will be less. If you take food for 20 days, it will be more. Okay, be rupees y per day. Okay. Now see, in the next part of the question, it says that when Bhavna takes food for 20 days, she has to pay 2600. So total hostel charges when 20 days food is taken. Fixed charges you are paying definitely, whether you're taking meal or not. Plus, for 20 days you're taking the food. What is the charge of food per day? Rupees Y. So what is the total charges for food? 20 into Y. Is this part clear? Yes, is
Yes,
this
sir.
clear? Okay. So that means X plus 20Y. How much is she paying? Is paying 2600 rupees. Right? This is our first equation. Next, total hostel charges. When 26 days food is taken by some person, Divya, it doesn't matter. They're all paying equal. They are paying the same, whether Bhavna or Divya or Miss X, Y, Z, whatever. So she's paying X for the fixed charges and she's taking food for 26 days. What is the charge of meal per day? Rupees Y. So for meal, how much is she paying? 26 into Y. So this is the total charges she's paying. And according to problem, how much is she paying? 3020. So X plus 20Y must be equal to 3020. This is our second equation. Okay. You need to find out the fixed charges and the cost of food per day. Fixed charges is X we have taken, cost of food per day we have taken Y. So you simply need to find out X and Y by solving the two equations. How do you solve? You see that the coefficient of X are the same in both the equations. Therefore, you subtract the two equations to remove X. Subtract. This cancels. Let's get minus 6Y is equal to, and 2600 minus 3020, how much will it be?
Sir, 420.
Minus 420. That means you get Y is equal to minus 420 divided by minus 6, which is equal to 70. Okay. So what is the food charges per day? Rupees 70. Now put Y is equal to 70 in any one of the equation. Let us put it in one. That means you get X is equal to 2600 minus 1400, which is 1200. So what are the fixed charges? Rupees 1200. And what is the charge? What is the charge for food? Equal to how much did we get? 70 rupees, 70 per day. This you will have to pay whether you are taking your food or not. 1200 rupees definitely you will have to pay because you are staying there. And if you're taking food on a daily basis, you would pay according to the food that you are taking. Okay. Any question here?